Welcome back to our final county, I forget the name of the show, Connection, Commissioner Corner. They keep changing it on me. Today Show, Good Morning Summit County. I'm not sure. It's one of those.
Wake Up Summit County.
It's one of those, yeah. So whatever it is, it's excelling in the ratings.
It's always sunny in Summit County.
It's going great. I'm sorry. First, for our August show, the last segment. So we want to talk a little bit about nicotine. And so there has been a lot of activity, a lot of conversation in the state as well as in Summit County around nicotine, around vaping. And so Thomas, you want to talk a little bit about what the county is doing with regards to that?
So let's see, to start with, I spent a fair amount of time down at the state capitol this last session, lobbying for the bill that allowed for the first time counties to ask voters locally to tax tobacco and nicotine products. And the bill also allowed for the formation of an IGA to allow towns and a county to go together. So that's what we've been working on. We're very, very close. There's been a lot of conversation, some really compelling testimony from our own high school kids to the town councils and commissioners about just what's going on inside the schools and in those age groups, middle school, high school, the pressures around vaping now. And so the proposal is that we ask voters to approve a tax on tobacco and nicotine products, use those proceeds then to work with our youth especially to get them not to use nicotine or tobacco in the first place, but if they are, to consider healthier choices. And so it is out there with all of the different towns right now. As of this taping, Frisco has already approved, and the other councils will be hearing it here within the next, week and a half, 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
So it's important for us that we get a question certified with enough time to withstand any sort of legal challenges that might be coming our way. This is all sort of new for local jurisdictions, and so our county attorney is using a lot of caution, wants to make sure that we have enough time to deal with any sort of challenge to our language and all of the rest of that. But we think that there's very strong support here in this county to increase the costs of tobacco and nicotine products. It's one of the surest ways to get people to use the product less, and then to take those funds and try to help our kids make healthier choices in their lives.
Yeah. And it's really important to note that Colorado has some of the highest vaping rates in the nation, and Summit County, according to surveys, has the highest in Colorado. So this is really a crisis. And if you're not associated with some young people, you might not realize that. But it's a frightening crisis that we really want to act on.
Yeah.
And we have seen the public health folks that have talked to us that putting in some sort of an increase in the cost of these products is one of, if not the most effective means to reduce use.
Yeah.
Along with raising age limits, which are other things that we'll be talking about going forward.
I just have to call out Amy Wineland. Amy Wineland is our director of public health here in Summit County. She works for Summit County government. She has done an awesome job with the work group that she put together with members from all the different jurisdictions and the kids. And that work group has been out there really impressing councils and the commission with all of the research that they've done on this. And again, a special thanks to the high school students who are taking time out this summer to participate in this. It's really their testimony that has made the difference.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we'll jump into one last very quick comment, and that's around West Hills and Phase 2. So there's some exciting news coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, so West Hills is the county's project out in the Keystone area. It's close to the entrance into Keystone, and West Hills is the for sale workforce housing that the county has sponsored And what we've got, all of them under contract now?
One unit. This sort of bounces back and forth. You know, they get all the way through, and then for some reason somebody jumps out.
We
Somebody
are
takes
almost
that. Yep.
sold out.
Yep.
We are almost sold out.
40 of 41.
Yeah. And so the project right next to that is the project that's being done by Vail Resorts in Gorman. That's all rental housing. And especially to that project is a building that's LIHTC funding, which means low income tax credit funding. It will be rental units for people that are 30 to 60% AMI, so very low income rental housing. That project, according to Gorman, is supposed to come online sometime here in October or November, I believe.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Along with the first 3 buildings of Vail Resorts additional seasonal housing.
Yep.
And then there are 3 more buildings after that that will come online sometime during the winter, is the best that I know, I think.
Later than that.
Oh, is it later than that?
Yep. Later
Okay.
than that. Yep.
So anyway, a whole lot of units of housing, some for sale, some for rent. And boy, oh boy, we're putting your 2016 5A dollars to work.
Yep. Absolutely.
There will be a new Summit Stage bus stop there as well.
Yep.
To service all those new residents.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's interesting. We did a presentation here recently at the Colorado Health Foundation Summer Conference, which was focused on housing. Everyone in terms of mountain counties and mountain communities is very impressed by the hundreds of units that the towns and county of Summit are bringing out of the ground year after year.
Yep.
Nobody else is close to us right now in terms of that level of production. We need every unit and more, but we're making progress.
Yeah, and it's across the board. All the towns in Summit County are certainly doing their share of projects, whether they're out of the ground, in the planning stage or whatnot. But there is a lot of activity around housing, workforce housing within Summit County. So we're very proud and appreciative of the voters for allowing that funding, which is making a lot of that happen.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's it for our show today. We'll be back in about a month. So stay tuned to SCTV.